Saturday haul on for you guys today, and I'm going to start off with the repurchases. Ulta is doing their leader sale, so I stocked up on the Redken Blondage shampoo and conditioner, the big guys right here. And I like to do this when they do their leader sale because these are like $52 a bottle. And the last time that I'd bought in some, I think I bought even amounts of each one, and I always go through the conditioner faster than the shampoo. I think a lot of us do, right? So I ended up getting 3 of the conditioners and then just 1 of the shampoos because I have 2 shampoos left from my last time that I bought these. But just one of my absolute favorite shampoo and conditioners for blonde hair. And I'll even take the shampoo kind of on dry hair even to really tone out brassiness. And I actually like when my blonde takes on a little bit of a purple hue to it, which I mean, it didn't so much the last time I washed my hair, which I did yesterday. But the Blondage line from Redken is one of the few that I've tried with a really strong purple tone that takes brassiness out, that doesn't make your hair feel like straw. The conditioner is so nice as well. It's just very like nourishing. My hair just feels really nice. It helps with the frizz too. And the shampoo, depending on how long I leave it on, will take on a little bit of that purple and really takes the brassiness out. And again, I can't like emphasize enough how much like this strong purple shampoo doesn't make my hair feel like that dry, crunchy straw, which, oh gosh, almost every other purple shampoo that I've tried does that. And I used to use the Pravage a lot. No, wait, yeah, is it? No, Pravana, the Perfect Blonde, and they switched the formulas on that. So the last 2 liters that I got is just not the same, and that shampoo now does kind of make my hair feel like straw, and it doesn't deposit the purple color that the original version did, which that was my favorite for really putting purple in my hair. Yeah, and the formula is just not the same, so I still have like some left in the last liter bottles, but I just don't want to reach for it. So it's just sitting there. Anyway, this is my favorite shampoo and conditioner for blonde hair. I also got the other shade of the Covergirl Clean Fresh Tinted Lip Balm, Glowing Protection SPF 15. I'd hauled the pink one a few weeks ago, and it only comes in 2 colors, so I got the other color in Orange You a Cutie, and I'll swatch both of them. But this is actually the lip product that I've got on my lips today. I can't say enough good things about these lip balms. They deposit really nice color. Like, I almost just liken this to a lipstick, but it's really hydrating and it doesn't feel like thick on the lips, and it doesn't like gather in my fine lines or anything, and it has the SPF 15. Covergirl should just do a whole line of colors in this because this is such a nice lip product. So 4 grams or 0.14 ounces of product in here, and these guys are made in the USA. So I wear both of these shades like lipstick, so I just have a liner on my lips with this, and I just think these are great. And it's a mineral sunscreen, titanium dioxide and zinc oxide in here, so it doesn't taste either. And it almost looks like I have a gloss on, but I don't. So this is the lip product again that I have on, and this one is the Orange You a Cutie right there. And then the one that I hauled a few weeks ago, the other shade available is called You Make Me Blush, which is such a pretty baby pink. Super easy to wear too. Comfortable, SPF 15. Really nice lip products from Covergirl. So that's the Orange You Cutie one right there that I've got on my lips today. I also got the other shade of the BeautyStat C Lip Serum SPF 30, so it's got twice as much SPF as the Covergirl. Zinc oxide is the main ingredient in this one, and I had hauled the shade, the pink one. Again, I think there's only 2 available of this too, so I got the pink one initially, and then I just got the neutral peach. I'm trying to see it's just called baby pink. So this is more like a gloss formulation as opposed to a balm like the Covergirl, but also really comfortable on the lips. Great color. 0.35 fluid ounces of product or 10 grams. And these are also made in the USA. So the neutral peach is actually not quite as peach as I was thinking it was going to be, but it's still a really pretty color. And these smell like oranges. They smell so good. So here is the Orange You Peach. This is what the packaging looks like. It's a squeezy tube. And then put it right there. So like, to me, it's more of a pink than a neutral peach. But I suppose in comparison to the baby pink shade, it's just more cool toned, the baby pink one. So let's put this one on here as well. A little darker. I would say they're both pink tones, if I'm honest. So there is the neutral peach and there's the baby pink. And these are just really great as well, especially for the summertime. SPF 30, don't taste. Smell just absolutely divine. Every time I go to put this on, it brings me a sense of joy because it smells so good. So really nice lip products there from BeautyStat again. These are the C lip serums right here, and then the cap is color coded, and those are those two right there. I also got the new shade of the Half Magic Glitter Puck in the shade Glimmer Pop. So I have all three of these now. There's 8.5 grams or 0.3 ounces of product in here. And these guys here are made in Italy. So this is the box packaging. So again, this is a new shade. The packaging is the same as the other two. And I was really excited to see this because there's something about the shine on these that is just so beautiful. However, the silver one is probably the only one that I can wear a little bit more on the light side on my cheeks, because these all have, like, when they flip out of the light, they have a really strong like PC undercast to them. And so I was thinking that this one wouldn't do that, but it also does that. So I've got it just a dash on the top of my cheekbones, but I layered it over the Glamlight Rick and Morty in the blue, because that has a little bit more of a lighter tone to it to kind of help counteract that undercast, because these are so pretty. They look beautiful on the eyes as well. This shade is also really pretty. It does come with this like foamy little thing on the top because there's like a slight moisture content to this, and when you first put them on, there's like this cooling sensation on the skin. It's not irritating or anything like that. It's just like this cold cooling type of thing. It doesn't last or anything like that. But the shine on these is just stunning. It's just that undercast for me. It's hard to kind of get away from it because it's quite deep. So like the shift on the sparkle is a darker color, if that makes sense. So again, this is the shade Glimmer Pop, and look how beautiful that is. It's just stunning. So if I turn this, it's almost like a deeper tan. You can see it right there. That's what it looks like on the top of my cheeks when it's not like in direct light. Like if I don't turn my face to shine the light on, it looks darker, and it's just not that flattering like that. So I either got to mix it with something with a lighter kind of whiter base to it to kind of, again, counteract that undercast, or I use it on my eyes or something like that. But I was really hopeful for this shade to be able to use it on the top of my cheeks with this like champagne, but again, this is just too dark, and it looks a little bit piecey because of that. So beautiful color though, and again, I do really like the formulation of these products. That's why I have all three of them. I just want one that I can be like my daily. So the closest one is the diamond one. It's a silver white kind of one, but even that, if you really layer it up, you can get a slight undercast with that too, of like a darker silver color. So anyway, I do like these again. So this is the new shade right there in Glimmer Pop. And then I bought this single shadow from R.E.M Beauty. They came out with like a new collection of one of my favorite kind of multifaceted tones, which is like a purple blue, like duochromy, multichromy situation. And I think it was the advertising that I kept seeing on this that really like sucked me in, because I almost got the highlighter, but I don't like the creamy, balmy, sticky kind of products. And I remember when I was in Ulta, I swatched that product in the line, not that particular shade, but the formulation of it, and it does have that like more sticky type of a feel to it. So I went with the shadow, and this is the color Fembot. So there's 1.23 grams or 0.04 ounces of product in here, and this guy here is made in Italy. So again, that's the box packaging, and then here is the actual packaging. I think this is the first time the brand did these like single shadows. And this is what it looks like. Very pretty shadow, but I probably have this repeated in my collection a ton. For whatever reason, because it's like a newer launch, I was thinking there'd be something a little bit more special about, I don't know, the formula. Not that it isn't beautiful. As you can see, it is a really pretty color. but it's not like a super special, flaky, multifaceted type of shadow in my opinion. It's just a really pretty duochrome. I guess I think of like Adept Cosmetics or something, those really flaky, sparkly, multifaceted shadows. I was thinking it would be more like that in this color that I love, but this is definitely more smooth duochrome, kind of more along the lines of an original shadow. It does have a nice creaminess to it though, and it is really pretty, as you can see. So that is the R.E.M Beauty Fembot eyeshadow singlet. There's a little mirror in there as well. And then I saw these new liners from Stila. They appeared to have a brush tip with a well, which is my favorite in terms of liquid eyeliner. So they're the Stay All Day Inkware liquid liners. I got the shade Blue Moon. There's a total of 0.057 ounces, fluid ounces of product, or 1.7 milliliters, and this is made in the USA. So today I started off with this liner, and this formula is thick. The brush on it is also thick, and I can work with a thick brush, but not with that thick of a formula. It takes a really long time to dry, and it's very hard to get off. Like, it's really, definitely need just like a makeup remover product to kind of remove it. So once it dries down after a substantial amount of time, it is pretty like stay all day. I'd probably like it more if it wasn't so hard to work with. You get this on your lashes and it dries before you put your mascara on. It will be hard to get it off your lashes, and then your lashes look a little bit more clumpy and stuff. And I went and I did a thinner wing today, which I have to be careful with a thinner wing. I know everybody recommends. I've been getting some really nasty comments lately, which I'm just like, why? It's my face, right? It's like, leave me alone. I think one of the things people don't realize is that I'm not like in my 20s. I'll be 42 this year. So the whole idea for me with eye makeup, not only do I like the pretty shades and the colors and stuff like that, but I've got a really heavy hooded upper lid, and it's hard to tell, especially with how I put eyeshadow on, and I put it on like that to help lift my eyes. Even though I have like a decent amount of lid space, the hooded part of my eye is so like chubby that when I relax it, it'll actually come down to my lash line, and then on the outer corner the crease actually goes down to here. So if I have a thinner wing and I don't bring it up above the fold, when I relax my eyes, it just disappears. Like the whole end of the wing will disappear in the fold. It brings me to this liner because it takes a long time to dry and stuff like that. So my lids went down, and then the upper lid picked up the liner. And then when it finally does dry down, because every time I like blink and stuff, that is a mobile part of my lid, it sticks and you can feel it, and it's really annoying. So I went over it with black liner. I'm just so not a fan. Color's really pretty. Formula, not so much. Application, not so much. Again, the brush is thicker. I can deal with a thicker brush, but the formula is thick as well, which makes it hard to work with. But the color is really beautiful. So like, if I were to put up with this eyeliner, it would be so that I can have a really pretty winged liner while I go jump in the lake, because it's not going to come off. Other than that, I don't know if I'd ever reach for this because of that. The packaging is cool too, but not my favorite for sure. So that is the Blue Moon in the new Stila Stay All Day liquid eyeliner right there. Another thing about my heavy hooded lids, I know a lot of people get puffy under eyes. I get puffy upper lids. So like this morning, because I've been real like having issues with allergies and stuff like that. Maybe it's because the lawn just got mowed. But my eyes are pretty puffy this morning. When I say my eyes, I mean the upper lid. So like when I go to put my makeup on, and it looks one way when I put it on, because again, this part of my lid, I'm trying to see, it's so hard to tell because of the way I put my makeup on. Again, it's very strategically placed in terms of like the shade and stuff. It's a big ball of skin. Anyway, so when I wake up and it's puffy, like the wing liner that I put on that morning might not look the same in a couple hours when the puffiness goes down because the like structure of that I put it on is no longer the same with like the curvature. It's a whole thing, okay? I really like to lift my eyes with eye makeup, you know, and if I do it in certain ways that people recommend and say I do my makeup wrong and they don't like it and all these mean comments and stuff, I'm not gonna like the way that it looks, and that like kind of defeats the purpose of makeup, you know, because if I don't do that, like my lid is so heavy, it almost like my eyes look tired and like droopy. because of that. So, and I'm actually not opposed to like getting blepharoplasty or something in the future, you know, where they like take some of that skin off. My grandma, my dad's mom, actually had to have that done because the skin at some point got so low as she got older that it'll push on your eyelashes and it starts to like go over your vision. So even me, like if I look up, I have a shade right here, and then if I lift this, it's like my eyes like open up and I can see brighter and wider because of that. So it's almost, again, like I've got these little shades right here on the corners of my eyes because of that hood. But it can, and it will probably for me too, because it's hereditary. My dad's eyes are like that too. His skin comes down a lot. Like he, I think, would benefit a lot from getting like a blepharoplasty in terms of being able to see. But that's probably going to happen to me too. Like, cause I can already tell, like I said, if I lift this, how much more like vision I can see and stuff like that. But and then Ulta started carrying the brand Versed, and I actually went into Target because that's the first place that I had heard that it was, and it was on the website, but I wanted to see the products in store and stuff. And then I'd seen, I think it's Khaki. She did a video with these products, and every product she used she really liked, so I just kind of winged it and placed an order on Ulta and got some products. And I can say these are some really, really nice products. I'm more than likely going to pick up more products from the brand. So I'll start off with this Tinted Lip Serum Soft Gloss. The shade that I got is Bake. There's 0.06 ounces of product, or 1.8 grams, and it is made in the USA. So that is the packaging. And this is one of those click style pens. And initially the product looks quite dark, but it's more sheer, a really, really easy to wear product. It does remind me of the Fat Oil in Sticks from NYX, but this is just a really interesting kind of tone to it. It's got a nice glossy finish to it, so you can see it's definitely not as dark as it looks in the bullet. It almost has like a browny, like yellow undertone, which is really pretty. So that is the Tinted Lip Serum in Baked. Doesn't really have a scent or anything like that. I also got the blush stick, Shade Swipe blush stick in the shade Deco. 0.19 ounces of product, or 5.5 grams. And this guy's made in Korea. My bullet was like out, kind of smushed in the cap when I opened the box, but I was able to push it back down. So this says it's formulated with jojoba seed oil and a fatty acid complex. So this is the cream blush that I have got on my cheeks today, and the formula is really pretty. Like, it looks really nice on the cheeks. I just had to build it up to kind of get the opacity and the color out of it. So I might look at some of the deeper shades because this is a really pretty baby pink color, but I like a punchy cheek though too. So if you like a more sheer cheek, I'm sure this will be fine just for like an initial first layer. But the color is really pretty, and it feels so serum and like skincare like on. Very, very nice formulation. Again, if I want this color on my cheeks, I just have to kind of build it up. I do use a sponge, which probably absorbs, you know, some of the product, but this is how much is inside of there. Again, did I tell you the shade? I think I did. It's the shade Deco, and it's just a really pretty pink color. And again, that's what I've got on my cheeks today as well. I also got the Multi-Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. This is a 1 fluid ounce 30 milliliter bottle, and I peeled like the sticker to try to find out where this one is made, but I can't seem to find it. I suppose I could check online or something like that. But this has got an SPF of 40, which is great. It's a zinc oxide as well, so it's mineral. It's got an expiration date on there. It's a glass bottle with a pump. Very nice packaging. 5N is the color that I got. And it, like, I feel like it matches me like very, very well, especially for the summertime. I love the finish on the skin, and I haven't put it to the test in a real strenuous environment, like working outside, really, really sweating and stuff with horses just yet. But it's been wearing very, very well in a normal day environment. It feels super nice on the skin as well. It feels a lot like, again, like you're putting on a skincare serum type product. It's got really nice coverage. It's got SPF 40. It's very, very nice. So like, I'm really happy with these Versed products. So let me swatch 5N, which is right there. This is the color that I've got on today. And my hand does have, there's kind of where my watch sits. Let's put some right here. You can see the tone a little bit better because my hand's got a little bit more color to it, but it is such a pretty formula. I would say it's a light medium buildable coverage. Again, feels super, super nice on the skin. So I'm very happy with this guy as well. Again, this is the Versed Multi-Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. I would say, you know, it's called a skin tint, but I feel like it provides more coverage than something that's just like a skin tint, but it doesn't look like makeup-y on. Anyway, very, very nice product from Versed right there. I also got the concealer. This is the Skin Solution Serum Concealer, and I got the shade 1C. 0.25 fluid ounces or 7.39 milliliters. It says formulated with caffeine and kojic acid. And this one here, I had to save the little sticker here. This one is made in the USA. So the packaging on this guy's also, this is a plastic. It's just a nice weighted kind of a plastic packaging as opposed to the skin tint where the bottle is glass. I've got this concealer on today as well. Beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's like a light medium, also buildable if you want more coverage. Easy to blend out, beautiful coverage, beautiful finish. I'm just so impressed with like all these products. Like they're very, very nice. So this is the doe foot applicator. And then let me put some on my little lighter skin spot. And then where did I put this foundation? Up here. Right there, so you can kind of, because I've kind of got two like skin tones going on this arm. So again, this is 1C, so I'm quite dark right there, and then lighter where my watch is at, right there. It's a beautiful tone, very, 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 very nice concealer there from Versed. I like all these products from Versed. Like, I'm probably gonna jump on, I think the website is on the packaging, yeah, verstskin.com. Because sometimes like Ulta or Target or stuff don't carry the whole line, so maybe they have even more products, but I want to check out more stuff because again, I'm so impressed. But I've also got this guy on today. It's the shade 1C in the Skin Solution Serum Concealer, and it does have a nice skincare feel to it as well. I also placed an order on the Lisa Eldridge website, which I haven't ordered from them in a while, and I'm kicking myself that I didn't get like that spring, gosh, there was a shade in there that was like named after her cat or something like that, but some really pretty tones in there because I do like Lisa Eldridge's eyeshadows. I haven't been like keeping up with the launches and stuff, but I know I've missed some since the original palettes that launched because I bought all of them. But with the order, there was an option to pick like this little tote in I think 2 different colors, and it's a nice kind of quality like grocery type of bag, I would say, or whatever kind of bag that you can tote around with. And I got one of the Sculpt and Shade lip pencils. This has got 1.2 grams or 0.04 ounces of product, and this guy here is made in the Czech Republic. I got the 10N is the shade. So this is the packaging, and this is a new formulation of lip pencil. Her initial launch was the long wearing, more gel type of formula. It was still a sharpening pencil, but those ones feel a little bit closer to something like the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheats. These ones are more traditional wood style pencils. They wear off decently throughout the day, and they don't like leave this rim, like thick, long-lasting rim around the edge of the lips. They kind of, again, they wear off quite nice. So while they wear nicely, they're not a budge-proof, like super long-wearing type of formula. So I've worn this a ton, actually, and there is a little sharpener that comes in the box for these as well. So this is the liner that I've got on my lips today with that Covergirl lip balm, and it's just a beautiful, neutral, slightly leaning warm tone. I really like it. I kind of want to pick up a couple more shades of it. So that is the Sculpt and Shade lip pencil in 0N right there. I initially bought, gosh, I think like 3 of her first lip pencils, and I have to sharpen them quite frequently, and they're starting to kind of dry out, which is the nature of that type of a gel longwear formula, because my Charlotte Tilbury ones have done that as well. So these do tend to last a little bit longer, these like more traditional wooden style ones. So, and then I got another newer-ish product from Lisa Eldridge. This is her melting lip color, and I got the shade Meet Cute, 2.8 grams or 0.02 ounces of product. And this guy here is made in Italy. So that's the packaging. And then here is the actual packaging. I do wish that there was some indication, even if it was just the sticker on the bottom, because if you buy a lot of her lip products, you know, they all look the same. It's just easier when there's an indication of the color, you know, especially if you have a bunch of these. So far I just have this one, but the Lisa Eldridge is imprinted or embossed on the top of the lid, and then it's a click style packaging. This is also a really nice lip product. It's got nice color. I would liken it to a tinted lip balm, which it kind of is marketed as such. Very easy to wear. I've worn this combination quite a lot this past week. And it's a good combo too, the lip pencil and this what was it called? The melting, I gotta look on the box. The melting lip color. And again, the shade that I got is Meet Cute right there. And it's just a really pretty, easy to wear, neutral, warm balm with a nice kind of glossy finish to it and light color. You can kind of see how much I've worn since I've gotten it in the past week there. And then I also got the Desert Gleam eyeshadow palette. I saw the color story of this and I just was like, I must. This guy's got 5.4 grams or 0.19 ounces of total product across 6 shades, and this guy is also made in Italy. Same thing, at least the names are on the back of like the palette if you keep the shades in there, but I wish there was just some indication, even if it was just like a hint of green in the color of the packaging, you know, to kind of indicate the palettes, because this would be my 6th one that I have. So these are refillable. All my other ones are depotted. I'm kind of thinking I might just put them back in their original packaging, but there's a little Lisa Eldridge plastic that comes over the top. And I've worn this a decent amount too, as you can see. The matte formulation, if you're familiar with the Natasha Denona creamy mattes, that's a similar feel that these mattes have. They're not like true matte eyeshadows. When they blend out, there's almost like a satin kind of sheeny finish to them, but that formula is super easy to blend out. But while it blends out, you also lose a little bit of the depth from the pigmentation. So it makes it really easy to use the same color for depth and like blend out, if that makes sense. So I've got every color except for this one in the corner on my eyes today, and I just use kind of a fluffy brush to just really blow out the colors. It's really easy to do something like that with these Lisa Eldridge palettes, and then I went back in with a little bit more precise brush into the brown again to really kind of layer it up in the crease. But as you can see, even though this looks quite dark it's not as dark as it looks, because again, once you start blending it, you do lose some of that pigment in them, and that's just kind of how that formula is. And then too, those formulas do have a little bit of a tendency to want to create hard pan easier than other formulas. I haven't had too much issue with these 2 shades, but this one has already kind of started doing it a little bit, so I'm probably going to make it worse when I put my fingers over the top of those. The shimmer shades are absolutely beautiful, super sparkly. So I'll do these shades. I want to call them matte, but they're not really. They're not flat matte. They're like satin matte, creamy matte formulations. And again, I've got all 3 of those on my eyes today. And then I've also got this shade and this shade on. So the only one I don't have on is this kind of sparkly brown color. And these are beautiful. Just a really beautiful color story. And these, again, I did mention that, right? They're magnetized, so you can swap them out if you've got others, or put them in a big magnetic palette, which is what I did with all of my Lisa Eldridge shadows. This is a great formula and a great color story if you want to wear green eyeshadow without being like, hey, I'm wearing green eyeshadow, you know? Very easy to work with, more subtle than others and stuff like that. So I've worn it, again, quite a few times since I got it, and I love the looks that I get out of it. So that is the Desert Gleam eyeshadow palette right there from Lisa Eldridge. And that's everything that I got and that I purchased. I did get in a PR package from Wonderskin, and I've seen a lot about lip products like this on social media, but they sent over their Lipotle Wonder Blading Lip Color. So it's like a collaboration with Chipotle, which in my area, we don't have a Chipotle. I remember I went to one, I think when I was in California some years ago, but anyway, this is the kit right here, and it has the liquid blading technology, peel and reveal for perfect all day lip color, the lip mask color, and then the lip activator. So there is 0.135 fluid ounces are 4 milliliters in the mask color, and 0.3 ounces are 9 milliliters in the activator. So what you do is you put on the lip product, and then the longer you leave it on, the longer it'll stain and deepen the color. And then you spray it with the activator, and it wipes off the surface to reveal that stain. You can also like let it dry and like use your finger to rub it off, but it is a lot easier to get off with the activator. So the packaging around the lip products looked like this. I just kind of kept it because once you take it off, it doesn't say Chipotle, but this does. And it's funny because it says on the little card, no more lip stains on that burrito of yours. This is available now too. So inside the box, there's also a little towelette to wipe off the like surface to reveal the stain. And then the activator comes with a little spritzer. So I'm going to put this on my hands. I got to let it dry, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like when you wipe it off. I actually really like the color of it before you wipe it off. It's a really cool metallic green color. Very, very cool, right? So I have to wait a few minutes for this to dry, and then I'll spritz it with the activator and wipe it off so you can see the stain that's underneath it. That is a cool color though, right? So now I'll take the little spritzer here. I gotta do it where I'm not gonna like accidentally spray myself in the face. So you spritz it and then wipe it off, and it like peels off in those little pieces right there. And then there's the stain. It's like a deep berry color. Cool and fun, right? So another one of those products that I would wear to the lake. So I put this on, let it stain real deep, and then go over it with that white base Sunbum mineral. And the two of those would combine to make a really pretty like pink color. But I'd have like color on my lips all day long because that, again, that's a stain. So very, very cool. So that's the new kind of Chipotle Lipotle Wonder Blading lip color. And a huge thank you to Wonderskin for sending this guy over as well. The stain is pretty strong. I just tried to wipe it off with a makeup wipe and it's not going anywhere. And that is everything that I have for the haul today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.